Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So in this video we've got a lot to get through. Quite a lot of stuff has happened. Rumours, players being sold, more rumours surrounding head coach talk. A lot has happened since I last created a video, and that was only about 5-6 days ago, and it just shows how much can go on in just the space of a few days. You know, the HUMMEL training wear and sort of casual gear has been released, as well as of, I think it was last night, but it was officially announced today by the club, the new club store as well. So there's quite a lot to get through, and there's a couple of little things I want to debunk as well, in terms of some rumours that were going round. But firstly, we will start where we left off. In terms of the last video I did make, we were mainly discussing Frank Lampard. So in that video, I was discussing a fake statement that was doing the rounds that day. Someone, a fan, had just created out of thin air, created a club statement to make it look like the actual club statement that we would have done had we have appointed Frank Lampard. And so a load of people were falling for it and believing that we're about to appoint Frank Lampard. But if you looked into it, as I mentioned in the previous video, the grammar was appalling, and then it was even debunked by Sky Sports and BBC. Loads of the sources came out and simply said Sunderland weren't even considering Lampard. He hasn't even had talks. He's never been under consideration at all. However, I did notice that some content creators were going along with the narrative of, oh, it's another head coach that has turned down Sunderland. That was never the case. You know, I'm all for giving the club shit at the moment because they have been an absolute shit show, but I feel like some people were just doing anything to, using any reason to have a dig at them, and it was also false information to give viewers. Frank Lampard was never under consideration whatsoever, so he wasn't yet another coach that had turned down the club. So I thought I'd just get that one out of the way before anyone does mention anything in the comments. Now, going forward, there's quite a few things to go through. In fact, in terms of head coach talk, there's been very, very little. Just, again, the odd rumour here and there, the odd foreign manager here and there, and it's nothing is coming to fruition, and every time something does come up, it is generally debunked by someone like a Sky Sports or another sort of reputable journalist. So I have no idea at the moment. I actually saw a journalist, again, a relatively reputable journalist, discuss Paul Heckingbottom the other day, and if you remember a good couple of months ago, I was saying that he's someone that I probably would like to see at the helm. But however, this journalist did state that he did have talks with the club, or that he was someone who we did speak with, but it was quite some time ago. It was a good 2 or 3 months ago, apparently, and he didn't like the arrangement, and so did turn us down. So that potentially was an actual coach that turned us down just to add to the fucking collection. But yeah, so I thought I'd just let you guys know that as well. Also, as mentioned earlier, the club store, the new sort of club online store, has been is now up and running. The new HUMMEL gear has been shown. In terms of the training wear, not the official kit as of yet. I believe that's going to be at the end of this month. But if you have a look at it, I think it looks top class. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Of course, go on the website yourself to see the rest of the training wear. That's just a little snippet of what the club does have to offer in terms of HUMMEL at the moment. But I really, really like this HUMMEL gear. I'll probably end up getting a couple of t-shirts myself or one of the polo tops. I think it looks really, really smart. So that was quite exciting. That was quite nice to see. You know, we've got very little to be excited over at the moment, you know, apart from fans just making up rumours. And what I find funny with that is, because we're so dry on actual information from the club or anything going on, I'm not surprised that certain fans are literally just making up rumours. And then what happens is certain fans, or a lot of fans, go along with these rumours, and then when the rumours turn out not to be true, they get fuming about it, although it was just all concocted by fans in the first place. And it is quite amusing to see, but it's also understandable because we've got nothing coming from the club. However, as I was about to say, Alex Bass has been sold to Notts County for an undisclosed fee. Alex Bass was someone who we saw very, very little of. He was just sort of a backup, wasn't he, to Anthony Patterson. He went out on loan, had a very successful loan spell. Now he has gone there for an undisclosed fee. I'm not going to be heartbroken by it. We've very rarely seen him, if at all. However, he did give us that hilarious moment, the hand of cod, we will call it. I think it was the equaliser for the under-21s against the Mags, wasn't it? And last minute equaliser, and he rose like a salmon and punched the ball in the back of the net, and it was given, which is, of course, just a beautiful moment. So he'll always be remembered for that, but he is now gone. Now, with that, there was also a lot of rumours over the last 2 or 3 days that we've been linked with experienced goalkeeper Simon more of Coventry City. He hasn't really played for them over the last couple of years. I think he had 3 appearances, not last season, but the one before, but he's been generally used as a second-string goalkeeper. I think about 3 years ago, he did have a 40-plus appearance season with them, so he's not miles off, but he's one of those keepers that definitely would be a second string to Anthony Patterson. Yes, he hasn't played much recently, but for a second string, I think it would be perfect. We need that experience, as we keep on alluding to, and to give Anthony Patterson, tips and tricks, and have that sort of older, mature head next to him. I think could only be a positive. It can't be seen as anything other than that. But once these rumours, like I say, over the last 2 or 3 days, these Simon Moore rumours started to come to fruition. But then as of this morning, a lot of Manchester City outlets are suggesting that they are interested in Anthony Patterson himself. Now, if Manchester City come calling for Anthony Patterson, I would not blame Anthony Patterson for leaving. And I think if there is anything to it, if there's any meat to it and the price is right, I think he will go and it will absolutely happen. Again, it's only come from sort of lower Manchester City outlets. It's not absolutely official or concrete. But I think the only positive with that is I think we'll be able to get a very good deal out of it. Of course, we know how much money that Manchester City do have. I think we would absolutely be able to get sort of 10, 15 million for him. And I know some people, it's very controversial, it's very split with Anthony Patterson. I don't think he's anywhere near as good as some people make out. I know he has potential. I think he's an okay goalkeeper. That's how I see him. I don't think he's outstanding. I think there's certain things he needs massive improvements on, and that's what you're going to get with a young goalkeeper. But I don't think he's anywhere near at the level that some people might put him at. I can understand why people like him, of course. I don't think he's a poor goalkeeper by any stretch. He's definitely improved. But there's certain things, with his... He regularly parries what seems like simple shots straight back into the danger zone. He's got better with claiming the ball in the crowded areas or from corners and what have you, but still every now and then he can just flap at it, and he's kind of... He might set himself off the line a bit too early and then he's lost at sea a little bit. Again, that just comes with experience, but again, he's just not the... He's far from the finished article, which I know no one claims to be, or no one's claiming him to be that, but if we got 10, 15 million for Anthony Patterson or 15 million, I'd be very happy with that, and I think you could get just as good a goalkeeper for that, if not better. Of course, probably a little bit older, but that's just the way it works with keepers. And I, again, wouldn't be opposed to that either, but that is a current rumour going around at the moment. So I know it's all rumours. That's all these are at the moment. But one last thing before we do go, and I think that is almost everything covered. Now this is the shit show. Now this is the thing that did piss me off. And I nearly did make a video the other day, but I was busy and I didn't really have time to do it anyway. But the club finally did announce a little bit of detail regarding pre-season. They announced it months ago, and then we heard absolutely nothing. We're only, a month away now, and still less than a month away from pre-season until we're supposed to go away to Alicante. They said it was in Alicante. That's where the games were going to be played. So everyone starts booking Benidorm, of course, and then travel from Benidorm to Alicante. It's only 3/4 of an hour or so. And then they announce that the games, which originally they said the matches were going to be on the Saturday and the Sunday, and now they announced that the games are going to be on the Friday and the Sunday. So people who might be arriving Friday night are probably going to miss the first game now, which is one thing. Secondly, the games aren't going to be in Alicante, they're going to Murcia, which is an hour and a half drive from where they know full well everyone's staying in Benidorm. So some people might not even have the funds to get themselves from Benidorm to Murcia. It's just an absolute shambles. And then they haven't even announced who they're playing. I think on the first one we're playing some second string team from or some second division team from Spain, and then another one they're still not too sure who they're going to be playing yet. They could not literally organise a piss up in a brewery. It is an absolute joke. So now people are trying to scramble for coaches and stuff. And to be fair, and I know a lot of people argue against me with this, they have said that they're going to explore the possibility of putting coaches on for players. So they're going to explore it. It isn't confirmed, but we know what that means when they say they're going to explore or they're going to do something imminently. It doesn't always mean what we think it should mean. So we don't know yet whether they are going to put coaches on for fans. But some people are going to miss out on the games, and the reason they're going away because they've moved the goalposts and they made it even harder for us to get to them when they knew that everyone was staying either Alicante or in Benidorm. So just a shit show, guys. But I think I've covered everything there. I may have missed a bit, like a little rumour here and there, but I think that is everything that has happened since my previous video. So that is it. What do you think about everything I have mentioned? And again, if you have enjoyed, hit the like button for me. It's always so appreciated. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. Or if you're someone who hasn't yet subscribed but you watch the videos regularly, please do. It is so appreciated. But that's it now, guys. Take care and stay jammy.